Fred West, the name conjures fear and disgust at the memories of the deranged murderer. Where I stand is where the West family household once stood, dubbed the House of Horrors. Underneath me is where many of the bodies were buried. As you can see, it has now become one of the most attractive features of this dingy street. What we want to find out is in Gloucester whether it's a case of out of sight, out of mind. It's 11 years since the suicide of Fred West in his prison cell, and we're here to find out whether the damned legacy continues in the hearts of the Gloucestershire people.
Well, I just remember, I was only young, but I remember hearing it, like, it was on the news and all that, and I heard that somebody, a serial killer, had got, like, you know what I mean, found, and he was digging up bones and that. It was a few days after that, you know what I mean, it all come to light and the excavations were happening, and so I went down there, it was all forensics, you know what I mean, all in their white suits and that, and you could see them bringing them trays out, which I gathered was the remains of his victims, which is pretty gruesome, you know what I mean, but as a little kid you don't really take it in, do you?
We spoke to two people who worked at the local college about their thoughts on the incident that happened at the West household.
Well, it was very big in Gloucester, obviously. It was a massive thing locally. And then the realisation that it was the actual house backed onto the place where I used to work sort of made it even a bit more spooky. By the time we heard about it, or I heard about it, I wasn't working there. I was working here at Pittville. But it sort of, you know, it made you think back to the times when you were working there. And Paul Kent, technician here, was also working there at the time, so we sort of chatted a bit about it. And then one day I got a phone call from the police asking us about a student who'd been one of our students on the photography course, who had gone missing around that time, and sort of asking if we knew anything about it.
Which was pretty spooky when you considered all that was going on at the time when I was working there, walking past his house every day. And not only that, but his previous house that he lived at in Midland Road in Gloucester, I also lived just around the corner from that as well. So it was sort of, if you didn't know him, everybody around there knew somebody who knew him. Everybody knew somebody who had had a patio laid by him, and it was a very strange period and not very nice.
And then when it got round to sort of demolishing the house and building the walkway, there's a sort of macabre. For a while there was a sort of macabre feel about the whole thing, whereas now I think, you know, it's just one of those, not exactly folk history, but it's, you know, it's gone down as one of the things that you associate with Gloucester.